guys, today I am going to try to pack up some of the items on my Hoosier. Alright, now what I want to do is just start with retrieving and reusing some old packing paper that I found in a box. Actually, I just recalled now that this paper is the kind that I got from Bright's antique store. And I saved it because I absolutely love the sound of these crinkles. So then I used them in a video where I work on library books. And I crumpled it up to put between books. These were the books that I received through in the mail, right, in that video. Presuming you all understand that that was a role play, and I did not actually really get those books in the mail. For that video, I was actually able to go over to my local library and pick out a bunch of books that they were getting rid of. And in that process, found a couple of nice books that I would like to keep. So I used this paper to pack the books. And, as an explanation, I needed to straighten this in order to make smaller pieces out of it. Otherwise, I'd probably just throw something in the middle of it and crumple it right back up again, you know. And that is why I have my scissors sitting out. I knew I was going to be doing that. I don't know what all I'm going to get in the boxes today. By now, hopefully you will have seen prior videos of mine that have explained that I am moving out of my home, heading back to the west of the United States where my family all lives. I will probably repeat myself saying some of the things I've already told you in other videos, but I will tell you that there will be an element of missing this old house and the things that I was allowed to experience while living here. But for the most part, I think I will just be so happy to be with family again and excited about setting up housekeeping in another home that I am sure to love. And one of the things that I really super look forward to is living around pine trees again, and the air being dry. Maybe a little more snow. All kinds of things that there are and that are different than being out here in the South. And honestly, the area that we're looking at to live in has more mountain lakes and clear running water in the rivers, with deep pools that you can jump into and that kind of thing. I'm getting to the age though now where I don't know if I'm jumping off any rocks anymore like I used to. Of course, a lot of the activities I used to do don't sound quite as feasible to me because my knee is still in the process of healing, and where it doesn't cause me a lot of pain or discomfort anymore, I'm still somewhat limited by how long I can be on my legs, and any let's say lengthy exertion, be it sitting for a long time or having my knee bent for a long time. These things eventually cause discomfort, but I am thankfully way out of the pain. So I am able to sit here and do these things. Packing, I'm driving, I'm doing all kinds of everyday things that I've always done before. But I'm not getting back on my electric bike, or any bicycle for that matter, except for my exercise bicycle, which allows me to just stretch my knee some and make sure it stays flexible. Flexy. Yeah. Perhaps then you've noticed also that I have not been wearing any acrylic nails for the past few weeks, and that is because when you are moving a whole house full of stuff, do not bother with that foofarah. That is just total luxury, and it gets in the way. You need to be able to get down and dirty, and any packing that I do that is not on video is definitely going to be a bit more speedy than this. So, I think I have enough papers here, I think. Oh, there's one more. And I got through packing my other box of chickens. I actually ended up with 3 boxes of chickens. And that was before my husband ordered some new boxes from Amazon. This one, however, some of the things in the items are just still too delicate. I don't want them in a big box, so we're still going to try to put these in some of my smaller boxes. And I have to mark them in a way that makes sure that anyone who's handling these boxes, be it my husband or just a friend of his who helps us move, do not stack anything on top of these boxes. Do not, do not. The other thing I may have mentioned in my other video that we are having a storage shed. We're renting one here in town, and we're just going to be off on an escapade, in our RV trying to find a place to live. Therefore, we have to have a place to put all of our stuff, and it could be months. It could be months and months. I mean, it could be a year. We just don't know. So, it's really important that everything be wrapped inside of the box for the most part, in order to prevent humidity and heat from damaging anything. It's my theory, and I don't know if it's true, but having paper around each item inside your box is going to help wick away moisture from the item that's wrapped inside. Hopefully, cross my fingers, say a prayer. I've never left my things in storage for this long in a place that is so hot and humid. So, we'll see, We'll see. Nice. Love that sound. Fortunately, I do not have to be accurate in my size and shape here. I only know that I want 4 segments out of each page. Chickens, apples, and eggs seems to be the theme of my kitchen. Okay, I think I'm just gonna, I don't know. That's just, yeah. Alright, here's the first box I'm gonna use. It's an odd shape, but it really works for what I need to put in here. Let's just line the bottom of the box. I'm using some old paper bags that I had prepared for a different video. Oh yes, that's right, I used to have my apples stored in these. That was in a video also. That's why they're so wrinkled. I think it's kind of appropriate that I'm using it again for the same type of thing. So here goes my loaf of bread, my faux loaves of bread. So I'll cover that. Put the little fake croissants in the corners where there's a dip. Got another one of those. Let me see. Will it fit over here? No, stick up there. Alright, back in the corner where it dips down. And the loaf of bread just flat down. I've got this string of faux onions that'll fit lengthwise in this box. See, this box is actually really perfectly shaped for this. I love my faux food fetish. I'm just kidding, it's not a fetish. Okay. More papers to put between stuff. Alright, let's put in some fruit. These are my wooden apples from off of the Hoosier, my baking cabinet. I'm pretty sure that Hoosier is a name brand for a certain baking cabinet, but through the years people have just started calling them Hoosiers. And I don't believe that I have the brand name Hoosier. I have something else, I don't know. When we first moved here and started looking for items for the house that would somewhat complement the age, I think the baking cabinet could be very close in age to the house. Put another paper down here. Divide up some of the fruit. I don't have actually a real great method to my madness here. I just don't want to wrap each apple individually. I want to just make sure that they're separated from each other. I was saying in the other video, in another video, how my husband gets so exasperated with me because I'm so careful and tedious about my packing. And I mean, if he had his way, if he was going to pack these apples and these items for me, he would just throw it all in. No wrapping, no nothing. I kid you not, he wouldn't even think that anything could happen or that any damage would happen. But I looked it up on the internet, and I know the internet doesn't know everything. My husband says that to me all the time. But I think it was just darn smart when they said that, if you don't store your items in a temperature regulated room, things can get damaged. They can. And I've seen that because I have kept some things out in our shed and had them fall apart. There's things like items that are held together with a glue gun type of glue and that sort of thing that just didn't withstand heat and humidity. So I'm being careful because it could be upwards of a year. I don't know. Maybe we'll find a house within the first month. That would be fun. I'd be so happy if we didn't have to stay on the road for a long, long time. But then again, I don't mind because it could be quite an adventure. And I fully intend to hope to take y'all around with me to some of the new places and sites that we're seeing. Hopefully, when I go visit my family, I can get them a little involved in making a video with me. I think that would be fun. I hope you guys would enjoy something like that. New faces, new hands, new sights, new sounds, hopefully. Looking for little nooks and crannies here. And I hope to make this tight enough that they won't rattle around too much inside here. These eggs are wood and porcelain and paper mache. There is nothing really fragile in here, fortunately. Okay, I think we're just gonna cover these up. And I think we have enough in here. I'll close it up later. That's one down. Here's another box now. Let's see. Start with what goes next? Another whole bowl of apples, my goodness. I have so many apples. These are going to require a little bit different method of packing. I wrap them like an ice cream cone. I don't have to be too careful about this because I am just going to situate it so that the paper will stay in place, and then just tuck apples in between, but you'll see. I really love these apples too because they have most of them have the leaves on them. But they just have such a realistic look to them to me. like they've got, it's not dust on them. They look like they've got how they look when they first come off of a tree. I don't want to call it patina. Patina's not for a surface. The appearance on the surface looks like a real apple. Unlike the wooden ones. The wooden ones are very, very shiny and varnished. I used to live in the little town of Paradise in Northern California. Now this is a town that was completely wiped out by wildfire, and that happened after I left and moved to Tennessee. But I used to live in a house on Clark Road. Not that that matters one little bit, but my memory puts me there. So when we lived on Clark Road, it was such a great location in one way, because if you crossed our street, you could just walk up a dirt road to the ballpark. And it was a hometown ballpark, of course, baseball. And we would just walk there all the time, watch whatever local baseball games were happening. And sometimes my sister was in it, or my husband, or whoever that we knew, you know. And then if you walked down the street beside my house, there was a cherry orchard. And it was an interesting thing because it was a cherry orchard that had been let go. And the people who had it just didn't sell or harvest anymore. So we were allowed to go down there with small ladders and just go collect all the cherries we wanted to eat. And we would do that sometimes with our family, or just amble down the road any given day while they were ripe and pick a few off. It's always kind of a pleasure and something that I think of that only happens in the country. But I have always lived in the country until I moved to this town of Portland, Tennessee. And though it looks very country according to what I have shown you in videos, I am in town and there is very little access to the country unless you drive 3 miles out or more. And then most land is claimed, and you are trespassing if you try to get out, you know. So this is something that I'm looking forward to back in California, and I'll explain to you what California does, and Montana actually has it too, and like they call it something else, but in Montana they have what you call Bureau of Land Management. And what that does, it's not a national park, but it is land that is managed by a bureau. And nobody personally owns it, so anyone can go on it and use it, but it has not been deemed national park land, so it's not highly advertised. It's just wilderness that anyone can go to, and that is what I have sorely missed. Being able to just jump on a four-wheeler or a horse or whatever countryside. You can't do that here. All you can do is drive by it and look at it. And in my videos, I have, and I doubt I'd get in any big trouble, but in my videos, oftentimes I was trespassing just to be able to show you guys something of how beautiful it is out here, and it is. And there are, areas designated as national parks and that kind of thing. But they're not simple to get to. So that's a very lengthy explanation to let you know the difference between my understanding of the difference between countryside out here and countryside out in California. And of course in Montana, where I used to live, there were just acres and acres and acres of land that were not owned by anybody, that anybody could go explore. So in areas that are more popular, so this is a really small town here, right? It's just a very, very small population. But if you go from here to the next town and you're driving or riding or whatever, there's hardly a piece of land that isn't owned by somebody, and you're trespassing. So it's small town life, but there's still very little available land. I hope I'm painting a clear picture to help you understand the difference. Whereas you can go to a tiny little town in Montana and there will be just acres and acres of land, open land, that you can just explore. And then, of course, you have your big cities like any other place in California or Montana. Less Montana, more California, but another bite. Kids. So that's kind of what I'm headed for, is the freedom to be on the land and explore and not have humidity and more mountains, more pine trees. I have missed my home, though I have been served well and treated well here. And I've had a very romantic time in this old house. It's been absolutely wonderful and dreamy. But I promise you that I will find a place in the West that will somehow rival this experience here. I am not a true Southerner, but I have been so blessed by the experience of the culture, the people, everything about it has been charming. I will miss the sound of cicadas. I will miss the lightning bugs. I will miss the flaming orange and yellow and red trees in the fall. I'm afraid my autumn videos are going to have a little bit different flavor, because this has been just the most romantic, perfect fall, autumn location to live. But you just wait and see. I will find a spot that will take our breath away. That's what God says to me. Be still and know. And what he's saying is that he is God and he will be that in my life. I can trust him. Okay, now we are on the last box here. This is a mishmash of things. I'm not going to get everything on the table in this box. I know I'm not, but let's just start with this apple towel rack. Trying to get all my apples together in one or a few boxes. Taking down all my chickens and all my apple things. Okay. I think that's will be fine open-ended. I don't need to tape everything down. I'm just going to move these out of the way. And I want to take this. I don't even know what that is, honestly I don't. I bought it because it looked rustic and cute. Let's go ahead and I'm going to set this up on end, and if it fits, the way I want it to, it will hold up the edge of the box just a little bit. Looks like it might be just right. Look at that. Okay, so yeah, that way everything inside will be safe. And I'll show you what I mean later. Alrighty, let's start putting in some apples. There's my apple figurine. That should go in next. Set that one up on end. Safer that way. You wouldn't lay something like that flat. Okay. Fruit, and break these individually, and these ones I don't want to layer in the same way I did with the other box because this is a deep box and I have things to put on top of the fruit. I have so much faux fruit. I have so many. Hoping that this is it, though. Pretty sure it is. I found this other wooden apple. It's a stray. It's not like the rest of the other apples. I'm just kind of collecting little ones from around the house. This little brown one is in my bathroom because it's kind of like a rust color and it matched my autumn theme in the bathroom. This used to be a bell, but I lost the little ding-a-ling that goes inside. Probably show up somewhere in my packing and cleaning. Grabbed my Easter figurines out of one of my drawers because I just want to keep delicate things together. I have other figurines too. I actually really just don't know where some of them are. I have them put away. So much more packing to do. I'm really only working on minor things right now because, like any house that's for sale, you kind of, wait on pins and needles till you find out whether your house passes inspection and appraisal and all that messy mess. So I will start packing more in earnest when we have the high sign, the go sign. If and when that happens, I won't be making videos anymore. I'll be just running around working super fast. And then the next thing you'll see is us on the road, hopefully. Get this out of the way. And next I have some little baby birdies. Gotta get them out and separate from the nest. I love these tiny little baby bird figurines. They'd be so cute in the nest. I just have to put them together next time I find my place to live and I put things out. I've acquired so many fine things since I moved to this house. I really hope that my decor will go with the new house that I buy. Seems like I have the will just to make it work. So let's just pack this very loosely. I'm going to set it right down in the middle of the box with room on either side. Next, these eggs, they need to just be really loosely wrapped. I don't want any tight, I don't want them packed tightly because they cannot break. I cannot let them break. Alright, that's 3. This is 4. Maybe tape this one. At least just to keep it from moving around too much. And 5. Okay. There we go. Now those all being together will be great. 6. I think they'll keep each other safe, Alright. Snug as a bug. Let's throw in a very light beautiful wreath swag. And to top everything off, I have found these very, very light styrofoam and stick and bark little guys that I have outside on my wreaths. I think it's just perfect for taking up space and not being heavy and yet being cushion for the eggs. Let's see how that goes. It will not smash or break the eggs, and yet it will fill up the space. These are so feather light. They're so feather light. Put a little tape on that one. Stay put. And that'll go right there. Alright, now see, watch this now. If I close this flap on top of that stick, first let me put the extra stuffing on the sides of these eggs and the critter. That'll keep them all from rolling around. Okay. See how that works? It sticks up just a little bit. See that? And so if anything gets on top of it, it's going to stop it from hitting the eggs. Well, that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next video.